ready to rule. Charts are alive, the markets all go. Roger Scott with wisdom to share. Matt Horton's insight is beyond compare. Let's trade the highs, let's trade the lows. Watch the action as the market flows. Daily grind, but we make it fun. VIP room where the pros have won. Futures flash and the tickers hum. Strategies fire, we're never known. Candlesticks dance under the sun. Profit all, every battle's won. Let's trade the highs, let's trade the lows. Watch the action as the market flows. Daily grind, but we make it fun. VIP room where the pros have won. From options to stocks, we break it down. No second guessing, no fear, no frowns. And the tickers hum. Strategies fire, we're never numb. Candlesticks dance under the sun. Profit or learn, every battle's won. The futures flash and the tickers hum. Strategies fire, we're never numb. Candlesticks dance under the sun. Profit or learn, every battle's won. Let's trade the highs, let's trade the lows. Watch the action as the market flows. Daily grind, but we make it fun. VIP room where the pros have won. Let's trade the highs, let's trade the lows. Watch the action as the market flows. Daily grind, but we make it fun. VIP room where the pros have won. From options.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. And good evening, or good night. Not the Truman Show. If I don't see you. Did anyone get an email today about the VIP room specifically? Yes. Oh, my dad is good. He got released yesterday from the hospital. Thanks, John. Thanks, Matt.
All righty.
Thanks, Fred.
Email came 5 minutes ago. All right. Text alert recovered. Okay. All right. Perfect. Let me say hello to everybody on YouTube. And then we'll go into everybody here. Let me you know what? Let me open this up, man. There we go.
Thanks, SB.
A little fresh air. Never hurts anyone. We'll be in here for a while. Hope everybody's having a great day today. Let me just look at the market. Looks like Volt is starting to downtrend a little bit. Hey, Bruce, Jody, Jim, Dave, Bill, Anukumar, Peter, Kevin, and Mark. And we got Fred. Hey, Fred. Hope you're doing well. Let's say hello to everybody here. Got a special presentation today. Special class and presentation. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have a good time. Greetings, Fred, Ellen, Miles, Doris, Ken. Always good to see Ken. We got Louie. We got Jill. We got Robert, Ivano, Esbe. Hey, Esbe. We got you like the song. Oh, you playing that song, right, Matt?
Yep.
All right, you play it every morning or afternoon. We got Jack, we got Bruce, we got and Bruce. We got Jack Bruce here, right? No, that would be something. Uh love the warm-up song. Hey, people like that song, Matt. That's good. Good feedback. David, Dulce, Jason. Hey, Jason. Tara, Peter, good to see you. Uh, Zoom user, is it Chive? Chia. And if I'm mispronouncing your name, I am so sorry. Nikki, Nestor, Christian, Wade. Wade said Nvidia's doing just what you said yesterday. Yes, my Picasso drawing. The Picasso drawing. The tornado warning was a bit unsettling. Oh, we had I eat at the Loop every day. The Loop is under construction. The roof busted because of the rain we had yesterday for 1 hour. And I heard last night, Matt, I was watching World News last night for like 10 minutes. We don't really watch a lot of news. I just kind of read it on my phone throughout the night. But what's going on in Texas right now? Is anybody from Texas, like Austin? Is it like in Antarctica there or something? Like what's
It's
going?
cold there.
No, no, like rain, like raining ice. Like it's like
Oh,
like somebody forgot to tell Austin we're almost in the summer. Like what the hell is going on here? Houston too? Yeah, Austin. I saw Austin yesterday.
didn't
Let's see,
Texas
10 inches in San Antonio. Look at this, 10 inches in San Antonio, Matt.
didn't Texas a couple years ago have that like crazy freeze?
They did.
Didn't
They
have
did.
power.
Hail. There it is. Fred says hail. Yeah, I'm telling you, Matt. I looked at the weather. They went on the world news. They were talking about San Antonio weather, not in San Antonio, Austin weather for about 5 minutes. I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa, my God, this is crazy."
They have a lot of windmills in Texas.
Yeah, they got some. They grow some cotton in Houston. I know that. Miami, he said, which I'm just waiting for the room to fill up. Just give me another minute or two, and we'll get started. As a matter of fact, why don't I share my screen with you?
I took an environmental science class for college, and my final paper was on how an excessive amount of windmills can alter the weather patterns of a local region.
Yeah. How much electricity does it take to power the? Don't get me started with those windmills.
They're not very efficient.
I am not big on solar. And let's just put it this way: Landman is one of my favorite shows. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Made quick $180 while on the road scalping Palantir. Very nice. Can you get that? I love when people do things. I'll tell you what I love when people are doing things that are unrelated to trading and making money because I could not do that. See, I have to be in front of the computer for some unknown reason, but everybody else has a life, and I'm jealous. Like I love when I got an email, somebody's like, I take my daughter horse racing or riding, and just now Brett, roads on the road. I love that. I love that. I can't seem to trade when I'm away from the computer.
It's probably because it's not your money.
Uh, yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
If it was my money, I wouldn't really. I
Right,
wouldn't even
'cause
think twice.
you're
Yeah,
way
my
more nervous
money, I
about
wouldn't
it.
care. It's much easier to trade our money than it is.
Oh yeah.
It's much. Yeah, trading for you guys is like it's like singing in a bathroom versus singing in front of 10,000 people. I always say it, try peeing in front of in the Los Angeles Forum publicly versus doing it in the bathroom. It gets much easier. Anyway, yeah, he's awesome. It's coming back. Somebody was telling me that it's coming back. It's a great show. So if you're in Houston, or if you're in Texas, or if you're anywhere that's got bad weather right now. We just have really bad heat right now. Let me just share my screen. Let me share my screen. Where's my screen share? There it is. Richard says we talked about that one. I told you can't do what you do. Yeah, yeah. I can't do what you do. Yeah, yeah. Right. It's not Richard. I'm telling you, Richard, it's a pain in the butt. Let me post this for everybody so they could see it as well. What Richard's saying basically is that he says, we talked about it once. I told you I can't do what you do because he doesn't want people losing. It's hard. It's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. Yeah, PJ got this one for me. PJ, if you're here, say hello. Always good to see PJ. Uh, the whiplash today tore off my eyebrows. Well, it's not just the whiplash; it's the market structure. You can't. Let me share my screen. You can't have, folks. You can't have. And I keep saying this over and over again, but people just don't want to hear it. You can't. You're not going to have a lot of stocks move when there's 26 stocks making 50-day highs, or 13 stocks making. Look, to make you guys feel better, we've been doing this for how many years live? How many years have I been using these 50-day high, 20? I've been 20-week highs. Ken, how long? As long as you've known me, right? Right? As long as long as you've known me, right? And how many times? What's going on? What's happening?
Momentum.
Momentum's shifting. Okay. And how many times? 7 years. How many? We don't see this very often, guys. This is not very common. I mean, this is very, very infrequent. You know, Christmas, Thanksgiving holidays, half days, but this is just there is nothing. This is why we're going to have a huge session on income right now, because I'm getting excited about it, because I think it's something we can all do and have fun doing right now. I mean, we can also do day trading. We can do swings to some extent. It's just, let's put it this way. For every 10 stocks that I would love, but by this time, my biggest problem would be, okay, what stock do I trade? Now is, can I find the stock to trade? You understand? And again, it's going to come back to normal. It's just, this is very unusual period we're in. And fortunately, we have tools that cost you nothing that tell you that right here. You know, remember what I told you, the most important thing in the market is the bigger picture, not the little details. And these little details are telling us right now, very clearly, there's no directional bias. And if there's no directional bias, we should probably stick to very short-term scalps, or be extremely selectives in our swings or day trade, which is exactly what we've been doing. I'm not going to apologize. And folks, I'm not going to apologize for the market's behavior, because look, it's real simple. If you have 200 stocks here, I've got 7 times more opportunities to choose from than I do right now. You understand? And that number is usually about 200 here. My problem usually is having not enough space on my sheet, or trying just to find the best ones. Now I have to find, it's gotten very difficult. Now, I'm not going to apologize for that, because I have nothing to do with it. My job is to adapt to the market and show you what's working in every market condition. That's why we're being extra selective. That's why we're using high volume bars. That's why we're being extremely cautious right now. Now, we were talking about Nvidia. I drew you a Picasso the other day. You know, for most of you who know who I am, when I say Picasso, I can't draw to save my life. But hold on, let me see if I could find it here. Because see, I started posting them because I realized if I don't post them, we just all forget about them. And you know how much I like transparency. Hold on. Where is that Nvidia? Picasso. Picasso, here we go. There it is. There's my Picasso. Do you see that? We were right here when I drew it. There's Nvidia. By the way, it was drawn and recorded and posted. Look at this, sound like a forensic accountant. Yesterday at 8:54 in the morning. So you can't say you didn't see it. You can't say I had to charge you money to see it. Hey, can somebody help Rosalie? Can somebody tell Rosalia the answer to her question while I am doing this? Rosalia, I could see that you don't watch my Telegram channel very much. Well, Roger, I didn't pay for it. Well, that's okay. I gave it for free. Thank you, Pink Sparkles. It would be nice if you told this to everyone except me. I already know this information. Here's what Pink Sparkles has to say to you, Rosalind. I didn't send one alert. I sent several alerts. But you did not see it, did you, Rosalia? I did. And I think some of you actually broke even or even made a few cents on it if you close it today. Now, there it is, Richard. There it is. That's right. Now, here's the Picasso drawing that I drew for you. Do you see it? We opened here. I said, wait till we're down here, and then we'll decide if we're going to go up. And I also said we may go down, but don't do anything till we're here. Now, I want to show you how Nvidia looks right now. And there's the 8-day EMA. Here's my Picasso. Right here, notice, right at the 8-day EMA, right there at 135. Let's see where we are right now. 135. Oh my goodness gracious. It must be a coincidence every time. But do you see here? See this? We're right there. So now we're going to decide what happens next. We're going to decide whether we go down, we go up, or my most likely scenario is we stay choppy. Yeah, it was. I said scratch, make a lot, take a little loss, take a little profit, break even. I think I said break even. But just so you know, for the record, and yes, we do keep a record. And here's the record. I wrote it right here. I gave you guys a bonus trade, a room a few days ago. It's a good time to close it out right now. 9:51 in the morning. That's right, Richard. The best loser always wins. Yep. Pink Sparkles, you're not sharing with everybody. You're sharing good information, but you're not sharing with everybody. Can you please share with everybody? Here, I'm going to share for you. There we go. It helps to share. Helps to share. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
I have a special guest.
Oh, yeah? All right. All right. Oh, we got a nice big room here. Good. Okay, so interesting. Good. Very, very interesting. That's good information, Cyrus. SB says, just started reading that book. Very interesting. Okay, so first things first. Because the market is very choppy right now, it's actually a good time to start thinking about non-directional income trades. Now, why non-directional income trades? Here's why. If the market, let's just use a stock. How about we use this stock here? Actually, a stock on my list, Waste Management. Let's say the stock, hypothetically speaking, of course, let's say the stock just stays here. You know what? Oh, damn it. I wanted to give you an example, but I can't because that trade is still open in the pit. But that would be the perfect example. But let's see, maybe I could use this stock. Okay, this is a perfect example right here. Perfect example right here. Perfect example right here. By the way, we're selling off right now. It's just one bar. Right now with this market, you can't rely on solos, okay? Do you guys you know what solos are, right? Should have mentioned that before. This is something you want to write down. That's a solo. A solo is a single candle. We're in a very choppy market right now. If we were in a directional market, this would be this would be, you know, pretty important. Warning shots, as I call it. But right now, in this chop, keep an eye on solos. No, I'm not talking about Han Solo. I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm talking about solo candles. I will, Jeremiah. I will for the next 2 hours. Just take it easy, please. Do you understand this? This is solo. When you see solo candles right now, they're not usually solo candles are a beginning of something. Right now, there's not much. Right now, there's not much there. It's just they're just solo candles. So right now, in this market structure we are in, I wouldn't consider a single candle. I would just look at it as a solo on its own by itself. I'm talking about 5-minute charts, and I'm pointing at a 5-minute candle, Kate, and I'm talking about a single 5-minute candle. I don't think I could be any more specific, but yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, the tick. Yeah, and the tick didn't. And that's another thing you can look when you see these candles. Keep your eye on the tick, and if you see the tick, what do you got there? You got a little baby there?
I've got
You got the good stuff there. Matt's got the Mott's there. Look who he's bringing in. Look at that little baby. Oh, momentum is shifting. Look at that. What a beauty. Look at that. Oh, so cute. Let me see. Let me put that up there. Let me unshare my screen. This is better than looking at the look at that. There she is. So cute. So cute. Look at that. Ha ha ha. Adorable.
Gotta get my tree.
Very cute. Very cute. Adorable. Absolutely adorable. Thanks for sharing. She's a beauty. Look at her. Bye, sweetie. Bye. I love babies. So cute, right? So cute. That was definitely worth an interruption. All right, let's go back to the nonsense that I'm talking about. So when you see a candle like that, if you guys watch market internals, if you see a solo candle like this, take into account the kind of market we're in, but also keep your eye on the tick. And if the tick doesn't go below 900, that usually is just an isolated candle. That means that that was just a one-time thing. Okay. I hope you guys are writing this down. This is some really good. I'm giving you guys some really good stuff here. Oh, I think so, Ken. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully not for the next 6-7 years, but yes, it will happen. It definitely will happen. Okay. So I just wanted that has nothing to do with our topic today. I just want you to see solo candles. And let me explain to you why. If you guys are day traders, or even if you're swing traders, and I always tell you to look at 5-minute charts. Look at how many isolated candles you have that don't do anything right now. Markets are choppy. They're not trending. When markets start trending, typically when you have these candles, they mean something. But right now, they just don't have a lot of firepower. Okay? Would you say these solos are would you say what is he saying? Would you say these solos are many times stops? Big time, Richard. It's exactly what it is. That's actually I was just about to start talking about that. They're algos. They're searching for stops. They fire out those stops and then they just come right back up. That's all they do. Again, it's not always the case, and it's not a rule of thumb, and you should pay close attention to these. But typically in a market like this, do you see, look, there's a solo, there's a solo, there's a solo. All these are solo candles. They don't have a lot of follow through. Again, I'm not saying it's always the case, but right now in this market structure that we are in, yeah, just a flush out or a flush up like this. But this is kind of, here's a solo up candle. They're not as common up, but they're very common down. Anyway, you can't see my screen. Jeez. Wait a minute.
No, I can see your screen.
No, you're seeing the wrong screen. You're seeing the wrong screen. I'm sharing the wrong screen. Hold on. Oh, that's a bummer. Okay, so when you see when you see a market like this, just chop, 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 chop. Most of the time, these candles are to the downside are just single candles or just a little blip, and then the market comes right back up. That's all they are. Reversion candles. They're not. Now, if you're in a trending market, that's a whole different world. Okay? And again, keep your eye on the tick. While you're seeing a candle, is the tick going below 900? If the tick is not going below 900, it doesn't have that firepower. Also, today, volume is a little low. Please repeat what tick below 9. It means you got it, Zoom user. You drive. When you're going from 20 to 60, that's tick. and it reacts exactly like your accelerator. Okay. All right. Now. Let's go. Sorry, I didn't mean to get cut off, but it's Friday. I'm not expecting a lot from the market. I don't think we've put on any day trades today that I'm aware of. Is there something that I don't know of, Matt? No day trades today.
No,
No, not at all. Yeah, I didn't think
no,
we did.
nothing.
No, I didn't see any. I thought maybe, you're a sneaky rascal.
I've only been complaining.
Yeah, he's been complaining all day about the market environment. So anyway, the point is we're in a very, very non-eventful market. When you're in a non-eventful market, one of the cool things you could do is try to capture premium. Okay, now folks,
Just thinking that.
you were just thinking that too, right?
Yeah, for the room.
Yeah, if there was a market, folks, to capture premium, if there was ever a market to capture premium, this is that market. Because you're having volatility. It's not like the market isn't moving. It's moving. It's just not going anywhere, you see? And advantage to have pending stop. Yes, Matt Johnson, why do you think Uncle Roger does not have pending stop orders of any kind in the books? Matt Johnson, why do you think I don't have any stop orders on the books? Because this happens, you get these little, oh, my stop got hit, and nothing really happened. They'll get you. They'll get you when you're not expecting, Mats. They'll get you. Okay, let me go back. Folks, let's focus on this. This is really important, okay? Really important stuff I want to talk about. I don't want to get caught off base, okay? So, right here, you see this period right here? So let's just hypothetically say that we got excited about GE, okay? Right around here. And we bought GE right here. We bought a call option right here. And we're holding our call option. And let's say we bought, I don't know, a 3-week out call option, and we're holding it now for 4 days. Okay? They do, Bob. Listen to what Bob just said. He's 100% right on that. So, see what Fred just says? I have 2 credit spreads on SPX. Good man, Fred. Good man. Smart. Very smart. Yeah, she's a beautiful little girl, Matt. Really is a beautiful little baby.
Thank you.
I know you guys wanted her for so long. You finally got her. She's absolutely precious.
Took 4 years.
Yeah, a lot of time. Anyway, so the question becomes, how do you make money when the markets didn't necessarily go against you, but they're not really going your way? Does that sound like a lot of the trades that you guys have been in for a while? Not, and again, it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's not because you're a bad trader. You look at this. I sound like I'm doing a webinar, and I'm not. I mean it. It's because of you can't make money directionally when there is no directional moves. It's like trying to ride a sailboat when there's no wind. You can give me the most expensive sailboat in the world, but if there's no wind, what am I going to do on it? You see the point I'm making? Push a rope. So again. So I just want you to see the scenario that I'm pointing out for you here. Okay. So how can you make money during periods when markets are kind of sort of going your way, but not really, following through? Now we have a different change of dynamic. Again, I'm switching topics on you. The Volt. Now I'm talking about market. I'm not teaching right now. Volt just made a new low. Tick just hit 1,000 negative, and VIX is now above 20, or right at 20. We're in danger zone. We just broke the low. Now, what I would be looking for is a breakdown, a pullback to this breakdown level, and a breakdown from here. Let me draw it for you. I'm going to draw you a Picasso drawing. I know you guys love those Picasso drawings. Yeah, let me do that. And I got to say, I love drawing them for you. So here's the neckline, right? Like somewhere right here. We're right here right now, right? Look. Pa-pow. Ba-boom. See, ba-boom. That's what you want to do. That's the opposite of the Nvidia chart I drew yesterday. Pow. See, you wait till we hit the neckline or thereabouts, and then you take it. Here, I'm going to post this. I'm going to post this in the trading zone channel. And I'll paste it in the trajectory. I'm calling it the SPY trajectory. Okay. Also, it's lunchtime. Is Trump talking?
No, it just came out that the U.S. plans wider China tech sanctions with a subsidiary crackdown.
Okay. Oh, be still my heart. Always something. All right, let me move this away. Jamie Dimon is speaking. Nvidia's bouncing. Anyways, you guys saw exactly what I'm thinking over there. Speaking of which, let me just check something really quick here.
Bonds are going up though.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to. Give me a second, folks. I want to see something. Okay, that's cool. Gee, okay. Yeah, this is definitely nice breaking down. This couldn't have happened an hour ago, so I could have taken a trade to the short side. Could it have? It has to be right now while I'm teaching. All right. Anyway, consolidation, not much here. Not much going on. So question is, how do you take advantage of it? Well, let me show you. Don't you want to get into it, David? We've talked about it just too many times. Gordon, I'm going to retype that. That's funny. All right. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay. I don't even know if Trump is doing this. For all I know, it's just something else that came out. But I wouldn't be chasing this right now on a Friday. So you see how we're just going sideways. So how can we take advantage of this? So here's what we could do. We could do a bull put spread. Okay. So let me give you a scenario here. Let's say we go out 14 days and we go ahead and we sell the say 47.50 put. Okay. Or even let's say 242 put. 242 put. That's the price right now. And we buy the 237.50 put. We take in I'm just going based on this. We take in about $1.30. Okay? $1.30. That's what we take in. Now, let's say the price continues. Let's say the price continues. I think I went a little closer here. Let me go right here. 14 days, 242.50. Right here, I'll sell the 245 and I'll buy the 245. How about that? 14 days till expiration. I'll take almost $2 in. Okay. Can't get any volume for Roger. Volume? I think there's plenty of volume. You guys could hear me okay, right? You guys could hear me okay, right? Okay, good. Okay. All right. So let me continue this. Okay, cool. Matt, nothing from Trump? It's just some other stuff?
It was like who announces the sanctions? The State Department?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say Trump. It just says U.S. plans.
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with Trump. I don't see anything on my screen or anything.
Well, it's sanctions. Just it's similar to the announcement that we had on Friday. No, what day did Nvidia earnings come out? Tuesday, Wednesday?
I think Wednesday.
Wednesday. So remember Wednesday afternoon, they said that they were going to limit chip sales to China.
Yeah.
I think this is just a follow up on that they're trying to eliminate the Chinese workarounds where they use a subsidiary to purchase them and then purchase the chips, and then those subsidiaries sell the chips to China.
Yeah, and also Jamie Dimon is speaking, but I don't think Jamie Dimon would have this impact on the market.
No.
Yeah. See how now I just want to show you guys something interesting. Look at tick. See how it's hanging out 1251, hanging around these areas? That's below 900. Some Trump defender claims Congress is voting on tariffs today. Oh, I'm not going to. It's Friday. Nobody's voting on anything today. All right, let's hits out at China. S&P falls. I think that's old news. He hit out of China earlier today. A lot of times, remember what I taught you. These algos, they don't know if the news is repeat news or new news, and they triggered these algos based on what the punchline is. So if they change the punchline a little bit, the algos go in. Remember, these algos are based on programming words. They're not based on any. It's not a person doing these. So news comes out, and let's say the news is the same news that came out at 8 o'clock in the morning, but it's rephrased a little bit. The algos will pick up on that and fire off on that. Okay, that's why you got to be really careful, and you have to use a news source. Look why Matt is wearing a headset.
Yep.
I've given the man my access to Trade Exchange. How dare I? They need to be, yes, the AIs need to be more intelligent. But do you guys understand that? You understand what I'm saying? The algos get the headlines, but they don't know if the headline, as long as the words are slightly different, they're going to assume it's a different headline. That's why a lot of times you have market moving news, but the news is already priced into the market. I know. This is I know I'm the first guy to tell you that, but that's how it works. They don't have fail safes, Daniel. Exactly. Naples fan, 15 different news stories on the same topic. Exactly. Okay. I just want you guys to understand that. They're pretty dumb. I told you I told you guys my theory on algos, that when algos become really, really smart, like when they become really smart, I'll start using them. So far, I'm not using them. Okay, so let's continue this exercise. This is good stuff. So let's go 14 days out, 2 weeks out, and let's say sell the 245 and let's buy the 240. Okay, you got about $2 here, right? About $2 here, give or take. My risk is $5. I'm taking in maybe $2.20. My usual idea is to take 40 to 60% of the spread. Remember, I tell you guys don't pay more than 50% of the spread. Now we're doing the opposite. We want to take in roughly the same, 40 to 60% of the spread. Okay? Think debit spread, but think doing the opposite. Okay? Now, here's where it gets interesting. Let's say this stock does exactly what we want it to do, and it continues moving up. Well, we're going to get to keep this money as long as it closes above 245. Let's say the stock, and usually what we would do is we would do a strike price that's right here, like 242, like this one right here, 242.50. Okay, here, 242.50. So this is 7 days out right here, 242.50 versus 237.50. You got about $1.80 there, and the spread is $2.50. So you got your 60 cents right there. So for the next 7 days, let's say this thing just stays right here. That 242.50 is out of the money. It's going to, 242.50 is out of the money. It's going to start decaying over the weekend. So even if the price doesn't go up, but just stays right here, we will still make our $1.60 or $1.70 right here, You understand? Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, Roger, what's the difference between that and what most other spread traders do? Let me show you. What most guys would do is this. Now, folks, this is where you want to pay attention. Dr. Al says, I've been following these so-called gurus for 40 years and they never bring this important stuff up? Well, because they don't trade, you see? I'm going to tell you guys something interesting. You watch me for 3 months. You give me 3 months of your life, and then you go into anybody else's room, and you're going to laugh at them. You're going to just laugh at them. All right, so this is what most other gurus do. And I'm not kidding. This is what they do. Not with their own money, with your money. So they'll go 7 days out, just like I did, okay? But instead of doing the 240, 250, 230, 750, they're going to go all the way out here and do because they don't have a lot of confidence in their market, in their stock picking abilities. So they're going to try to go as far out to get away from all of this, so they don't have to worry about whether it's going to go up or down. And they're going to go and they're going to take in like 25 cents. They'll go right here, like right here. Okay? And they'll take 25 cents. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to take $1.60. Cyrus, like, I don't even know what they're talking about half the time. Okay, so now watch. And they're going to say, oh, Roger, we're able to get 25 cents and we have an 80% win rate. Yay, that's amazing. Here's the problem with that. They're going to take a quarter and another quarter, another quarter, and then another quarter. And one time, a 20 delta credit spread. Right, Ron, exactly. And here's what's going to happen. I fired everybody else 3 years ago. There you go, Brett. Look, let me show you this. Here's what's going to happen. It's not going to happen every time, but it's going to happen. And it happens a lot more often than you think. You know why? Because there's a rule I learned when I was about 5 years old. And it's more important than any of the other rules that I've learned in trading. It's called Murphy's Law. We all know Murphy's Law. And does Murphy's Law ever fail? You know it's going to hit you right when you put on a spread. Doesn't happen for 10 years, but it's going to happen right when you put on a spread, right? We've all been there. I mean, come on. Does Murphy's Law ever fail? Come on, Scuba Chris. It never fails, right? You cannot escape Murphy. Caroline, the super trader. So you see this? Ba-boom. And now you're going to lose $2.20 for every contract. And you're going to be like, wait a minute. I made 20 cents and I risked $2. Has anybody been there before? Tell me I'm making this up, okay? Tell me I'm making this up, okay? I'm not. This is like I'm telling you, this is what will happen to you. So let me give you another example. Let's use Zscaler, okay? It's nice stock right here. Karma, well, I don't know, speaking truth. Yeah, I mean, folks, put this so everybody could see you. Here, let me pose this here so everybody could see. See, look what their folks are saying. Truth. David says, I made 100%, started trading like a trader, never missed a trade. There you go. That's it. You were there this morning. So, no. We Iron Condor is two sides. That's just gravy. So here's another example. Let me show you with Nvidia. Okay, let me show you with Nvidia. People love Nvidia. Ira, I'm going to not only give you a final walkthrough, I'm going to give you like 5 or 6, but I got to start somewhere, please. So here's Nvidia. Ira, I'm giving it to you right now, okay? So let's say that you believe Nvidia is going to stay in this area right here. I believe it's going to stay right here in this area for a while. I think it's going to be right in this area. And I'm pretty confident about that. Earnings already passed. There's a lot of stuff we've already seen in the market. We're not going to really learn anything new at this point from Trump. I mean, the market's pricing in the worst case scenario. Volatility's at 20. As far as we're concerned, we're going to have tariffs, right? I mean, I don't think we are, but it doesn't matter what I think. The market thinks we're going to have tariffs. again, what I think means nothing. It's just my personal opinion based on everything I know about life. But our president says we're going to have tariffs. VIX is at 20. We're going to have tariffs. You got to go with it, right? So let's see. Let's just see what we could do here. Let's say that I believe that we're going to be holding the 200-day moving average, which is at 126. So let's just do let's go 14 days out. We'll do a 127. We'll sell a 127. And I'm going to go ahead 127 versus 125. How about that? 50 cents. Okay? 127 versus 125. And you can go up here to the call side. Same expiration date. You can go above this area right here. You can go to you could do a 143. And you could do that with a 145. And you could take 50 cents here and 50 cents there. 50 cents and 50 cents equals $1. Your risk here is $2. So you're risking 2 to 1. Now, if price stays in this area right here, and doesn't go anywhere for the next 2 weeks, you'll make that dollar per contract. Your margin is only going to be half. Why? Can Nvidia end up being here and here in 14 days? Can Nvidia end up being here and here in 14 days? Can price be at two places at the same time on option expiration on Friday at 4 o'clock? Is that humanly possible? I'd like to see anybody say yes. I want someone to say yes. Vladimir, come on. Price can't be at two places at one time. It's impossible. Brett says only if I try to trade. Well, that's Murphy's Law, Brett, but no, it can't. At Friday at 4 p.m., Nvidia can only be at one price. It can't be at 240 and at 127. It can't be there, right? Okay, so if Nvidia stays right here, and that means we take $1, and our margin is only $1. It's pretty good because your risk is only one of the two sides. You see? What do you call that kind of a credit spread? It's called an iron condor. It's just two credit spreads. So we're doing a bull put spread and a bear call spread. And I hope you realize that all of this is being recorded and it will be available right here. And you can pause, rewind, go forward, go backwards. You can have a field day with this. Here's it for all of you on YouTube too. You're watching it right now, but I'm being redundant. But anyways, that's what it is. So let me just back up for a second, okay? An iron condor is when you do two credit spreads. A credit spread up here and a credit spread down here, okay? All right? As long as price stays in this area and doesn't go anywhere, you will make money on both sides. If price, now, Roger, what if it doesn't? What if price goes down to 100? Oh, shoot. You're going to lose $2 minus the premium you took in, $1. You lose 50%. It's not bad. Well, what if it goes to 50? Can't lose any more than that. Can only lose $2. Well, Roger, what if Nvidia and Trump become best friends and Nvidia in the next 2 weeks and he becomes the next Elon Musk and gets invited to the White House and price goes to 200? Well, you're definitely going to lose money on this side, right? But you're not going to lose money here. You're still keeping the premium. But most of the time, price will stay in this range right here. It can be assigned if it moves outside of its range, 91342. It can be assigned, if it goes out of the range, the day of expiration. So let me give you an example. Yesterday we had Walmart. If I kept Walmart today, I would have made profit on it. But I got rid of it yesterday. We lost, how much did we lose, Matt? 7 cents?
Yep.
How much did we take in? 50 cents, right?
I think we took in like 41 cents and we closed it for 48 cents.
Yeah, okay. That was our loss. But we didn't take in 7 cents and lose 48 cents. We took in 41 cents and lost 7 cents. You see the point I'm making here? So let me explain to you why do a credit spread over a debit spread? Because, Paul, that's the example I started with. What if GE just stays here and doesn't go anywhere? Your debit spread's going to lose you money, but your credit spread's going to make you money. And right now, see, Robert took that Walmart trade, but he didn't get out till today. And here's how much he made on it. I just didn't want it. I didn't want to risk you guys getting exercised. Okay. So, but let's now look at the worst case scenario. Let's say Walmart gave the middle finger to Trump. I'm making all this up as I'm going along. Let's just say that Walmart gave the middle finger to Trump and told Trump, we're not going to do what you... They got into a big fight with Trump. And Trump says, I'm going to do everything to destroy Walmart. And Walmart goes to $80. You know how much we would have lost? We would have lost 60 cents. Because we took $1 in. We took 42 cents in. Our risk was $1. And our win rate is about 75, 78%. So as long as Walmart stays in this area, we're okay. Maybe because because GE is still trending very strongly. Lee, I only do iron condors on stocks that look like this. Yes, Cheryl, the higher volatility and the higher the price, the better I can get. So Cheryl's asking a very good question. Okay. Cheryl's asking a very good question. Don't you use credit spreads when options are pricey, high volatility, and debit spreads when less volatility? Cheryl, I use credit spreads when we have high volatility, when options are pricey, but not on higher priced assets. You know why? Because I'm not looking to get away. Most traders do it on high priced assets because you can go further away. I'm not trying to go further away. I'm trying to go close. I'm trying to get into the fire. Because you see, this is what I'm trying to explain to you. You guys are going to go to a webinar from some other guy or guys, and they're going to start telling you that they have this amazing income program where they have 95% accuracy, and they're going to start taking nickels and dimes. But when it's time to pay the piper, you're going to end up paying dollars. So let me tell you what happened to me. And I'm going to start this class right now, the slides. But I want to explain this to you. This really happened. You guys know Brian? Brian is the guy that helped Matt put together the thank you, Hopium.
Alpha Zone.
Alpha Zone Pro. He helped Matt make those candles. You guys met him live when you were here in the live class. And Matt, can you turn on the fan, please?
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So Brian, and I know Brian, he's a really nice guy. And the true story. And I remember, great programmer. And yeah, thank you. And I remember when we started this program, Brian was in the program, and we took in like 20 cents on AMD. We did an option that was like right here. And this was about a year ago. And there was some it was the whole thing when earnings were slowing down, when the whole slowdown in algos, the machine, the whole AI slowed down. Remember, it started about a year ago, and AMD started falling off a cliff. And we took in like we took in like 20 cents, and our spread was like $1. And I remember I was driving with my wife, and I know Brian, and I was like thinking to myself, I feel really bad because he's a really good guy, And I really don't want him to lose, you know, $2,000-$3,000 where the upside was only like $300. I don't want that to happen to him. Okay. I want this guy, if he's going to lose $1,000, then at least I want it to be worthwhile. Right. So I said, I'm going to change this program around. And I did that exactly that date. And I made an announcement. So I'm going to show you a class right now that puts all this together and explains this tactic to you, and also explains to you the change that I made, and shows you the difference between what your risk and reward is. Now, if you guys do income trading and my program doesn't sound interesting to you, I want you to keep something in mind. Most income programs take very little income for the amount of risk that they take in. I do not do that. I'm taking in, if I'm gonna take in premium, I'm gonna take a pound of flesh. So if I lose, I'm going to take the ship with me. So my risk is going to be not 100% or 90% or 300%. It's going to be 40 to 60%. So on that note, let me start this class. It's only going to be about half an hour, and then I will continue answering questions and showing you some more trades. Okay? All right. Let me show you this, guys. It's going to be some good stuff. Now, profits and performance, I have to say this before the class. We've had 31 winning trades. We've had 7 losing trades. We've been able to achieve a win rate of 81% trading my way. The average payout is $1,485 per 5,000 invested, not like $300, okay? Every example represents $5,000. Yeah, Brett, I'm pretty sure there'll be a replay. I'm gonna close this for a second, and then I'll come back, but let me do this. I want to show you. This encapsulates everything the way I'm going to explain to you. And it just makes it easier for me to show it to you, okay? And you'll see the difference between what we were taking in before versus how much we're taking in now. And I think it'll blow your mind away, okay? So, folks, there's no monkey business. There will be losers. Our job here is to give you an edge. And again, if you're going to embark on an income program, at least go with one where you can get some money out of it, you know? So by the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you a watch list of the best cash generating stocks. Now, I generated that list about 45 minutes ago. I'm going to, after the webinar is over, I'm going to take these stocks and I'm going to give you the options that I like for each one of them. Okay? So don't think this is just a sales webinar. I want to have fun with you guys here. All right? It's Friday. I want to have a little fun in the sun. All right? See, Steven says, I would never trade credit spreads any other way. I'm serious. So I'm not blowing smoke. You will see the difference yourself. Okay. And I'm going to give you a watch list, so don't go anywhere. Now, I've got a massive surprise for everyone here. Stay tuned. Before we get there, I got a confession. The truth is, if you followed my work for some time, I may owe you some money, more than some money, $1,085 to be precise. And I'm going to offer you, anyone tuning in right now, a chance to claim it here in a few minutes. First, let me explain why I'm doing this. For years, I've been teaching the tried and true income method that most Wall Street professionals teach. It wasn't exciting strategy, and like most income tactics you hear about, we settled for small and safe wins. That's a big problem there. Like $297 on Meta, $444 on AMD, $274 on Nvidia. Now, don't get me wrong, many traders were thrilled, and our win rate was like 98% on those things. But thanks to a simple yet game-changing switch I recently made in my highly successful income approach, and you'll see the difference in a minute, we could now supercharge our results by 5 to 10 times, okay, without increasing our risk. Now, if the gain is 5 to 10 times bigger, then the risk is worth it. But if you're taking peanuts and you're risking this much, for what? What are you doing this for? So you could pat yourself on the back and say you have an amazing win rate? It's just not worth it. And that's before volatility spiked and made things even better. And VIX is at 20 right now, which is perfect for this. So instead of earning a couple of $100 from each position, we're now getting a wave after wave of big juicy cash flow, like $1,200.50 on PEG. That's what I'm talking about. Over $1,000 on C. Over $1,000 on Guild, $1,500 on PLD, $2,000 in T in a week. And these aren't hypothetical alerts. Everything you'll see today is from real alerts. Now, that's the difference, folks. You're going to see real examples. Real examples, not some cockamamie, not some, it could have been this, it could have been this. No, I'm going to show you some real numbers. No could have, would have, or should have. The new way of income trading works by flipping some of the old school income tactics completely on their head. As far as I know, no one else in the world is using this because they don't have the market timing skills I do. And I think most of you guys already know that. Now, I've only shared the final details of the strategy with a small group of traders until now. Just hear from a few of my top students. What does Matt say? Thanks for a great trade on Win. I made $3,000 on 10 contracts. Angie, I've doubled my account, 4 weeks. Love Roger. Thank you, Angie. Then there's this one from Steve. Thanks for the DG trade yesterday. 290% profit this morning. Very nice. Not only is it possible to make 5 to 10 times bigger returns, but we don't have to wait years or months to see it happen. When it works, we can generate these 5 to 10 times income returns in a single day. Like JP Morgan, $865 overnight. How about Amazon, $1,766 overnight? Imagine that. Imagine you took a trade, went to sleep, woke up the next morning with an extra $1,766 in your pocket. That's the power of what I'm going to teach you today. So get ready and take notes because this is very important. Over the next few minutes, I'll tell you a full story of how I started targeting these gains and showing my students, folks just like you, exactly how to do it. And yes, Stephen, a lot. Stephen's asking, do you have videos in your members area that will teach us how to do this? Yes, tons and tons. And they're free with this, by the way, Stephen. They come for free when you get this. Not just that, I'll also cover the old school income trap that most traders fall into that's costing them money and increasing their stress level. The simple switch any cash flow trader can make to target 5 to 10 times returns without slashing your win rate. How to pick the very best stocks for your weekly cash flow and trade them right from your regular brokerage account. Plus, more importantly, how anyone tuning in right now could claim the $1,085 I have here within the next hour. I like that. All right. So what are you waiting for? Let me tell you about the cash flow revolution. My name is Roger Scott. Now, given my background, I think you might have seen it all by now. I've traded for over 31 years. I've managed multi-million-dollar hedge funds. I've partnered with Kevin Hassett, the senior financial economist of President Trump's administration for the second term straight. I've worked with Charles Calomiris, who's the teacher of finance in Columbia University for over 30 years. And I've worked with Curtis Faith, who's the youngest and the most successful turtle trader from Richard Dennis's experiment. Yes, I've done it all. And that's why I was so shocked when I stumbled across this new way to supercharge income methods a few months back, giving us a shot at 5 to 10 times the reward in the same amount of time. Now, for those of you who are new, I'm not your typical income guy, not even close. Actually, I'm the opposite of your income guy. I've been able to build a successful 31-year trading resume based on one key strength: picking market direction, okay? Picking market direction. I made a career out of timing big moves in the market and showing my students how to take advantage of them. And the results really do speak for themselves. What do they say? I've been with you for about 7 years now and have made a lot of money from you. Thank you. Your programs are great. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. I think Bob is here right now. Kip wrote, my return to date is 422%. Oh, momentum shift, momentum shift. If you hear that sound, that's a momentum shift right there. Billy took one of my trades on YouTube. Look at that. There's about 81 people we have on YouTube right now with us. 3 in at 380, out at 620. You never cease to amaze me. As much as I'm proud of those stories, I would never suggest they're typical. To be very honest with you, results like that defy odds. The truth is most directional option traders lose money. And it's not necessarily because they're bad at picking the right direction. Most option traders far too often they guess the right direction, but they'll still lose money on the option. But if there's ever been don't beat yourself up. It happens. I mean, folks, if trading was that easy, everybody would be doing it, right? Well, options, it's like decay. It's like ice. They decay. So you got to really be careful on your option, on your timing, meaning that you need a big move fast enough to make a profit. Problem is, most days, the majority of stocks don't make a big enough move. And don't take my word for it. Just look at the data. Check out the graph. What you're looking at is the S&P percentage move each day and every day for the past 10 years plotted on the graph. What you see outside of those two black lines are the days where the S&P moves 1% or more, right? That's the Murphy's Law we were talking about earlier. Those kind of days, you need to make money on directional plays. But what you're looking at between those lines is the number of days where the markets move less than 1% about 70% of the time. Now, as you could see, all the weight of the graph right there is in the middle. And that's because most days there's very little action in the stock market, as we painfully know, right? This makes it very difficult to be directional options trader in today's market. It just makes it really, really difficult. As a matter of fact, one study found that options traders lose more than 80% of the time. So again, if you ever bought an option and you were right about the direction of a stock but still lost money, please don't beat yourself up. In this day and age, it's harder than ever to be a successful trader. And that's why about 18 months ago, I set out on a mission to show my traders how to overcome this obstacle. I laid out the weekly cash flow challenge. I taught folks a true and tried income method that could help you increase your win rate by taking direction out of the equation. So instead of losing 80% of the time, we could be winning 80% of the time or more. And of course, it worked. We had a lot of success making $263 and risking $5,000, making $274 and risking $5,000, making $444 and risking $5,000. We were right about 80% of the time. Those gains are nothing to sneeze at. But I got to be honest with you, and I don't know if you'll ever hear this at another trading presentation. I hated making that money. Yes, I hated making that money. And here's why. On each trade, you would have had to tie up a ton of money for a tiny return. For example, with the tried and true method, if you wanted a shot to earn $200 to $300 per trade, you'd have to risk $5,000. So if the trade ever went against you, I mean, it's nice to make $300, $400, but not risking $5,000 at a clip. Do you see why I was getting nervous? I didn't sleep well at night because I knew that you guys were doing great, but one wrong move and oy vey, or baboom, and I don't mean a good baboom, right? I started to literally lose sleep on trades where a huge amount of money was at risk in order to make a measly return. Now, risking several thousand to make $200 to $400 just didn't make much sense. If anyone was going to risk that kind of money, I wanted them to have a shot at juicy returns. And that's where I differ from most income traders. And this is why I wanted you to hear the prequel to this class, because there was a story behind it, and I actually wanted you to understand. And we're just getting started. Please listen. I'll be done in about 20 minutes. But this is important, and I'm going to give you some stocks, and then we're going to pick options together for them, okay? Now, most income traders really don't know if a stock will go higher or not. So instead of guessing where a stock will go next, they guess where it won't go next. They lack the confidence to bet big on direction. That's their problem, okay? For example, take a look at this chart. At a glance, you could see a stock is in an uptrend. But can you tell me with strong confidence where it will go next? There, or there? Or there, or there? Post your guess in the chat if you think you know. Matt Johnson. Remember I said I'm going to show you the way I used to do it, and then I'm going to show you the way I do it now? You got to wait. You got to wait, Matt Johnson. You got to wait for the second part. You got to be patient, Matt Johnson, okay? So, please wait and you will see. Now, most income traders would say there's no way they can be right more often than not. So they come up with a clever solution to this problem. Instead of betting that the stock will go higher, they simply bet that the stock won't fall hard. Oh, okay. Gee, that's fun, right? And as long as the stock holds up and doesn't fall into that lower zone, they can generate some extra cash, maybe 5-7%. Now, I'm not knocking that down. It works. But there's a big problem, Matt Johnson, with what I just showed you. Okay? It comes at a big price. You can't get your 2-for-1, Matt Johnson. You understand? Good. All right. Got it. not only are your returns are going to be tiny, but your risk ends up being huge. It's not good. It's not good for anybody. So while you're teaching, you're technically giving yourself a very high probability of success, right? Patting yourself on the back. The problem is when you're wrong, you're going to lose that $5,000. Who wants to lose that $5,000 and make $300? Well, you're right 80% of the time or 90% of the time. Yeehaw. And you're not going to make any money over time. That's not a lot of fun, right? So when you're wrong, you lose $5,000. Nobody likes this. Now, losers are inevitable. High risk and little reward goes against everything I built my career on. I ended up tossing and turning over trades that might go against us, sweating the fact that one bad trade can blow you guys up. Now, here's the irony. While we were trading that way, we didn't exactly, Bob. While we were trading that way, we didn't have any losers. So we actually did okay. We didn't have we didn't have the what is it called, the Murphy. We didn't have the Murphy moment, but we could have, right? We could have. The income play was on AMD. This is the trade I was telling you guys about. Carvana, yes, Carvana, Steve, yes, the first trade from the service, Carvana. Oh God! But let's go to AMD. If we lost, we'd lose thousands, and if we won, we'd make a little bit of money. I realized if I'm having cold sweats about this position, then I realized then you guys are probably going through the same, right? Essentially, they're using to seeing big wins in my directional programs, like Roddy, $2,000, this 75, or Cliff made 2%. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Stephen wrote in ANAT 187%, CLS 104%, Spot 92% 1 week. That's what my folks are used to. Out in a 2, out at 358. Dave sends me screenshots. Look at that, 2,500. That's what my guys are used to. Truth to be told, we ended up making money on that trade. We didn't lose money on that AMD trade that we were all worried about, right? We actually made money on that trade. So we were all good there. But $450 isn't worth losing sleep over when your risk is $5,000. I think everybody here, I think the 500 people that are here would completely agree with me. It was just not worth it. Losing, maybe risking 1,000, losing 450. Okay, I can get behind that if your win rate is 80%. That's okay. But 5,000 for 450, who the hell needs that, right? It doesn't make any sense. I wasn't about to put myself on my trades or through you. I didn't want to put you guys through that. I knew there had to be a better way. So I thought about all the research. I did a lot of research and I bounced ideas off Matt and got excited about the possibilities. And finally it hit me. I already had an incredible track record picking directional stocks. So what if I was able to twist my old school income method to a slightly more confident approach by incorporating my directional market abilities, which are pretty damn good, where we'd have a shot at getting paid 5 to 10 times more, even when the stock barely makes a move. So I came up with a new technique I call the cash flow accelerator, and the results speak for themselves. These are real trade alerts from before and after, okay? So you could see what I'm talking about, not back test. This is how much we took in before, and this is after. So before the accelerator, 200, remember, each of this has a risk of $5,000, okay? $256, and our risk is $5,000. After accelerator, $1,765. Now we're with an 80% risk. Now we're getting somewhere. Now you don't have to risk 5,000. I'm just giving you a number. You could risk 2,500. You could risk 500. You could risk as little as 300. But these are based on 5,000, just to show you the kind of the ups and the downs, right? Before accelerator, Netflix, $169 based on $5,000 risk. Think about it. You would have cursed me out in 3 different languages if you lost $5,000 and the most you can make is $169, wouldn't you? And I wouldn't blame you. But after, $1,595 with an 80% win rate. Now we're getting into some money. Before Tesla, $169. Now $2,500. Hey, now think about this. You risk 5,000, your win rate's about 80%, and you have a chance at getting 2,500. Let me give you another scenario. Let's say your risk is 500. You're taking in $250 on a risk of 500, not 5,000. And your odds of winning is 80%. That I can get behind. That sounds reasonable. $500 risk, not $5,000 risk, right? To make $250, right? Okay. Ba-boom! You know, the funny thing is, I didn't even know we were doing this webinar. The shirt was in this webinar, but ba-boom. You don't need me to tell you the difference. $256 versus 17. These are real trades. These are real trades, okay? The difference is pretty damn clear. And my goal is now I'm always looking for 40 to 60%. Okay? Isaac says lost you. Isaac, I was risking $5,000 to make $256. Now I'm risking $5,000 to make $1,766 with an 80% win rate. Okay? So, before I made the change, we did a total of 32 trades. Our risk per trade average was $249. Average winner per 5,000 was $399. That's exactly right, Cyrus. That's exactly what I'm doing now. Look at before and after. Our risk now, so look at the difference. Our average winner is $1,485 for every $5,000. Our risk per contract is $116. See the difference? And those are actual numbers. Those are not, this is not hypothetical, what I want it to be, how I want it to be, what I'm looking for it to be. This is before and after, apples to apples. Much, much better. And I'm always looking to take in about 40 to 60% for every dollar, okay? That's what I'm looking for an 80%. I'm looking for 80% of keeping that money. That's not even the best part. Like I mentioned, my new way of income trading gives us a shot at making 5 to 10 times the return. But we're actually outperforming that. The average return of the winner to loser is 11.6 times bigger. And my secret is simple. It's all thanks to a very powerful signal that I've used for years now to time up my directional moves in stocks. It's probably one of my favorite buy signals. Typically, when it triggers, a stock should move higher in a matter of days, like you see right there. Now, I'll give you guys all the finer details in a few minutes, but first let me share with you why this is important. Like I hinted at a moment ago, now that I'm using high conviction directional entries, I can twist our income strategy to be slightly more aggressive, flying closer to the sun, giving us a chance at 5 to 10 times the premiums that we were getting before. I think that's pretty darn good. Let me show you what I mean, specifically what I mean by this, okay? Remember from earlier, most income traders can't pick where a stock will go next. So they simply bet if it won't fall too much. In this case, it won't go below zone E, which gives them pennies in return for the massive risk. However, since I know with very high confidence the rate that a stock should go higher when it hits my buy signal, I can grease up or juice up my premiums to give me much bigger bang for the buck on the income trade by going closer. Okay? Where we're getting paid for zone C, D, and E. Okay? Even if a stock barely budges higher. Now, this particular example here was Dell. And in case of Dell, if we only went for these premiums in zone Z, here's what we would have seen. $468 risking $5,000. Okay? But with the cash flow accelerator, by simply marrying up my high conviction directional trade with my income trades, betting on Dell to move higher, which as it did, we ended up getting 5 times the result. So look at this, Cyrus. For $5,000, we were able to take in $2,000 with an 80% win rate. So how did I give such strong confidence that the stock was going to go higher? It has to do with 2 lines. They might look simple, but together they make up my favorite buy signal in the market and the heartbeat of the cash flow accelerator. With these two lines, don't need any guesswork. I certainly don't need outdated income setups. All I need to see was for the stock to cross those lines, just like it did right there. With any stock crosses those lines, I get a double confirmation that the stock is starting a decisive move. And I can place a high confidence bet on it to go higher in coming days, just like I've seen happen over and over and over again. Here's another example for a double confirmation on Microsoft in July. Now, you probably don't remember this, but at the start of July, no one was looking at Microsoft as a potential breakout stock. Antitrust charges, lawsuits, last day trading of June, massive Russian attack. Oy vey. It wasn't good. Plus, on the last day of trading June, Microsoft messed up a massive Russian hack. Predictably, Microsoft was getting beat down to the end of the month. But it didn't matter. Because the very next day, we got a confirmation. Then our double confirmation. And as soon as I saw that, I knew I couldn't ignore it. The cash flow accelerator was in full gear. I alerted my subscribers that Microsoft was likely going to make a massive move higher over the next couple of days. And sure enough, it didn't take long. Microsoft followed the exact path higher as expected. And with the cash flow alert that I'd set to my traders on July 1st, the two-day move could have turned into $1,851 by July 4th. And that's exactly what happened. Look at this. Roger, thank you for your nice profit on Microsoft. Nice way to start the 4th of July. And by the way, you don't need $5,000. Most trades are a couple of $100. So you need about $200-$300 per position on these. Now, what if someone had been twice as confident? Those are my trend indicators, Ira and Wilbert. You could have made $3,700 in cash flow. Okay, think about it for a second. Right now, the average mortgage payment here in sunny Florida is $2,275. But with that just one trade, you could have made in 48 hours. You could have made $3,700 plus, with almost $1,500 left over to use however you wanted to. Maybe a camping trip, maybe a date night, maybe just building the rainy day fund a bit. The important thing is just to have those options available to you. And with these cash flow setups, you won't have to wait around for the next opportunity. We get a new opportunity to target cash every single week. For example, back in November, markets were bleeding, all right? It wasn't looking pretty at all. QQQ was taking a beating, but the very next day, I spotted an opportunity almost no one saw. It was a double confirmation on Palantir, suggesting that even in the sea of red markets, this one stock was set to shoot higher. So I alerted my subscribers to this opportunity, right? Can you guess what happened next? Palantir moved higher just as expected. Now, of course, every prediction won't work out perfectly. That's why I always tell folks to never risk more than they can afford to lose. But in this case, anyone who followed this alert on November 15th could have made $1,500 in cash flow in just 10 days. Not peanuts, real money. And then the very next week, another double confirmation on AT&T. Now, I got a word to my followers that AT&T is moving higher, and it didn't take long. T started climbing faster. Anyone who followed along that alert that week would have been happy, looking at $2,000 in their account 1 week later. Now, keep in mind, all this started with QQQ was in a nosedive. If you invested $5K into QQQ that day, you'd be down $175 very, very quickly. But if you bought a call option, even worse, you would have lost $5,000. But if you started following my weekly cash flow setups that day, you could have taken $3,500 in a week. With returns like that, people are excited. They're very happy, like Bob. I bought this program some time ago, paid for it very quickly. Rogers Trades. Thank you, Bob. Or how about Brian? Since joining this program, I'm up $7,600. I love Carlos' story. Thanks to trading the opportunity to keep cash flow flowing as a retiree, I can earn a living without sacrificing the perks of life from home. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Now, as proud as I am of Bob, Brian, and Carlos, I'm already focused on you guys. We made the changes from old school method back in April 19th, okay? And since then, we've seen the results. They've been much, much better. Look at that. Per contract risk is lower, and the gains are 5 times greater. Now, while we're hoping for 5 to 10 times better returns, we've actually outperformed them. The average return of winners and losers is now 6 times bigger, net positive. In fact, of the 35 trades we've published since the switch, we're 28 for 7 with an average winner paying out $1,485. Here's the good news. You haven't missed out on the best strategy has to offer, because right now the markets are supercharged because their volatility is high and we're not going anywhere. President Trump's Liberation Day brought the most unpredictable market environment in memory. I could say that again. All the volatility can actually be good for trading options. High volatility means bigger option premiums, more cash flow for winning trades, or allowing me to go a little further without getting burnt by the fire. Meaning targeting weekly cash flow is probably the best strategy for this market right now. And it means for anyone tuning in at home right now, the cash flow revolution starts now. As you can get started today inside the weekly cash flow alerts. As far as I know, it's the only service dedicated to using Cash Flow Accelerator and targeting 5 to 10 times bigger returns than the risky old school methodology. And we'll be targeting this. And folks, I'm going to do 3 examples live, so don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be targeting our next cash flow opportunity this very next week. While I'm certainly never guaranteeing future results, just based on our recent winners, I want to make sure you're receiving our very next alert. Here's how it works. Every week, I'll look for a double confirmation on one of the strongest trending stocks. When I find it, I'll send you all the details, the ticker, the entry, the target, everything you need to get started now. So that take a look to make sure you take and join the live trades, just like some of my traders have had a chance to do back in September. Spotted double confirmation on Guild. Send out an alert. It would have taken you 2 minutes to set up the trade that Friday. Do whatever you want to do, and I'm going to have our official trade come out before the end of the day. I don't know what it'll be. Go with your family, hang out like I did, Puerto Rico vacations. Very, very nice. Because sure enough, as soon as Monday rolls around, anyone could have taken the trade, could have been looking at an extra $1,000 in cash that week. And if you're out and about, no problem. I'll also send you a SMS and a Telegram alert. That way, you'll never miss a trade. And you'll always have at least till the end of the day to get out. Maybe you'll be like Pat, who crushed this overnight trade in one of my programs. Got in at $1.45, sold at $8.63. Because wherever you are, these weekly cash flow trades will find you. Like our next winner from September. This time, double confirmation on PEG. Everyone in my Telegram channel got the alert right away. Every member got an instant message. Anyone who joined was jumping for joy a few days later. PEG followed higher as predicted. Those that followed the alert made $1,250 by October 1st. Made money on PEG. Thank you, Vivek. Results like that are from the Cash Flow Accelerator, completely transformed the way I approached income trading. All right? Very, very important. And putting the power in your hands goes beyond just sending you alerts. I want to teach you how to do this and how you can get the most bang for your bucks, and so you could do this yourself, which is why I hosted a special brand new class for members called the Cash Flow Accelerator Blueprint. In this class, I'll teach you the ins and outs of this brand new cash technique so that you can begin targeting 5 to 10 times bigger opportunities just like we would, okay? The recording is in your members area right now. It'll teach you the same groundbreaking mindset shifting that led us to some of our best results. Before the Accelerator, 256 on Amazon. After Accelerator, 1,776. Big, big difference. Before the Accelerator, $169. After, $1,595. 169 on Tesla before, 2,500 after. With this class, you'll discover exactly what changes we've made to get these results, step by step. Now, take a look at everything, including so far. You'll get the SMS alerts. You'll get the email, the Telegram, the blueprint, the weekly cash flow, everything. As it stands, I think this is the most valuable weekly cash flow service available anywhere. And in my opinion, it's definitely worth $1,997 per year. In fact, I think it's worth a lot more. Since we started, we've had 8 trades that could have paid for the membership in a single week. So I think $1,997 is really fair. But in the next 5 minutes, I want to double your value and cut the price in half. In half. Because It's a big secret I haven't told you about. One that effectively doubles our opportunities, doubles our trade alerts, and doubles our chances of profit. Because the cash flow accelerator doesn't just work to the upside, it works to the downside exactly the same way too. And that has helped us isolate some of our biggest payouts ever, like $1,100 in 2 days on ALB, $2,100 on Pepsi Cola, $2,200 in AFRM. Now, some people say I should make these trades a separate program, but I'm going to include them for free with your membership today, instantly doubling your chances to target cash, because opportunities this good are just as good as those to the upside, maybe even better. Not hypothetically, look at what have happened with KHC back in November. The market was on fire after President Trump's election. Heinz gave me a telltale sign that the stock was going to break lower. Do you see it? A clear double confirmation, this time to the downside. And even though it's some seemed crazy to take a bearish trade in Trump bull market, trusted the cash flow accelerator. I alerted my subscribers that a stock was about to drop. It was a straightforward setup, no risky naked puts or anything complicated at all. We only do one type of trade here. And the very next day, KHC dropped lower as expected. Meaning anyone who trusted the cash flow accelerator following that trade could have walked away with over $2,291 in cash. Enough to pay for the entire $1,997 membership. But you're not going to pay $1,997 because don't forget, I owe you $1,085. Why? Because look at the results. We are able to save money. So I want to reward you with the exact amount of money we're saving. Take $1,085 off the membership price so that you can claim your first year of weekly cash flow for just $912. One more thing. Remember the big surprise I teased you about? Drum roll. Just credit spreads, Hopium. We're going to run a quick flash sale to get you all ready for next week's cash flow opportunity. So that $912 you pay for joining us, well, it'll cover the VIP permanent membership. This deal is available for an extremely limited time, so don't delay. Are you ready to jump in on the next weekly cash flow targeting 5 to 10 times the payout? Drop the link, please. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Please drop it in YouTube as well, if you don't mind, or I could drop it there too. Actually, here, let me just put that.
I did
here.
it. That's good.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, just go to rogerscott.com/flow, or call our team 904-706-3539. Now, here's a quick recap. You'll get the cash flow alerts, the blueprint, the email, and the blueprint is great. And you'll learn exactly how I do this. If you already have it, Vivek, you should upgrade to lifetime. You're getting weekly alerts, however you want them, by email, by telegram, SMS. Then you're getting weekly cash flow alerts, blueprint, Accelerator, teaching you the exact strategies that we're using to start targeting. And I'm going to show you 3 trades right now, so don't you go anywhere. And on top of that, twice the opportunities with trades to the downside. But I'm not done yet. If David says yes, yes, not done yet, because there's actually a little trick we can lay on top of the cash accelerator, which is very cool. A sneaky little technique that makes our weekly cash flows even more powerful. I call it the double dip. Matt, do you like the double dip? Matt loves the double dip. And I've taught you a brand new way in the brand new masterclass. I'll show you how to use this technique and have a shot to get paid twice as much for a single trade, especially in this nutty market right now. Those are iron condors. That's just a double credit spread. Now, I know that sounds hard to believe, but it's all possible with the double dip. In this class, I'll show you how to double dip, and you can get started right away. Now, I'm confident that I could charge $495 just for that class, okay? Now, I'm throwing it in for free of charge if you join today, because I want to cram every single ounce of value that I can into this program. Claim your $1,085 discount, join the cash flow revolution now, and I'll reveal our bonus watch list in a moment. But first, a real reminder. If you claim your membership today, we're upgrading your membership to permanent VIP status free of charge. Free of charge. I think that's pretty cool. I'm gonna say that that is pretty cool. Free of charge. Now, I can't promise future returns, but let's say we've shown you several trades today that could be more than enough to cover the cost. And we're throwing in one more bonus for VIP members. You can get legacy access to pass on to your kids, grandkids, significant others, whoever you want, which is pretty darn cool, if you ask me. Now, I want today to be the first step on your journey to help change your family's life. Make sure to lock in your permanent access now. Claim your $1,085 discount. Join now. And as soon as you join today, we'll unleash the full power of Cash Flow Accelerator on you. Richard says, I can't wait to pass this on to my kids. Me too. If my kids ever decided they want to start trading. The same bigger tools that gives you 5 to 10 times bigger returns and transform my weekly Cash Flow Accelerator. Look, before 32 trades, risk per trade $249, average winner $399. Now 35 trades, $116 per trade, and over $1,485 per trade. That's what I call a big change, you see? I can't promise future returns or guarantee against losers. You could be following the exact same trade alerts as soon as today. Claim your $1,085 discount now. Now, before I get to the chat, let me address some burning questions you may have. First, what do I do if I need help? I'm glad you asked. We have something to help you. There's a ton of work behind the scenes that you don't know. And we've created a program called Customer Service Live. Jeff, I mentioned that as well. And they've created a special daily program called Customer Service Live, where our members can go and ask all their questions about products. I go for 50%, Jeff. I usually look for a loser of 40 to 60%, with a win rate of about 75 to 80%, where our members can go and ask all their questions about products, access, one-click trading, alerts, and all of that other stuff. Okay? Today, I'm including free access to Customer Service Live for all of my weekly cash flow members. It's available Monday through Friday, 10 to 1 p.m. It's very effective. And of course, you can always reach out to Uncle Roger at roger@rogerscott.com or ask your questions in my VIP room, which we just had before coming here, which I thought was a real good one. And I'm not done yet. Let me just take a look at something here. Okay. Oh, somebody's going to be talking from the White House. And of course, you can always reach out to me, okay? You can always reach out to me. Now, some other questions we'll get to. How much money do I need to get started? Since this is a revamp, most of our trades cost less than $200, some way less. I'd still recommend having about $1,000 to $2,000. There's no day trading here or anything like that. These trades last 4 to 10 days. But my point in all of this, the average trade is just a couple of $100. You don't need to have a huge account for this. Okay? You don't need to have a huge account for this. Well, they'll be losing trades. Of course they'll be losing trades. Of course. I took a losing trade on Walmart. We took in a 42-cent credit, and we had to give it back plus an extra 7 cents just yesterday. Those that held the trade till today made money, but we took a loser. But see, I don't want to take in 42 cents and then lose $45. I want to take in 45 cents and lose 7 cents, 10 cents, 12 cents. You see what I mean? I'm being reasonable here. Is there a money back guarantee? Yes, there's a 14-day money back guarantee. You get a few trades before then, so you could see how it goes for yourself. I'm going to try to see if I could find one today. Actually, can we do debit spreads instead of the credit? Oliver, not this service. This is a credit spread service. It's funny. I sell credit spreads. Murphy's Law never fails. You see, Oliver, I'm selling credit spreads. You want to do debit spreads, not this service. Folks, Murphy's Law just never fails, right? Will you teach us how to use? Yes, I'm going to teach you how to use the strategy. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you a couple of trades right now. Okay. First, you'll get the cash flow accelerator blueprint. Okay. That'll teach you the whole strategy of how we get these returns and simultaneously cut our risk substantially. Okay. Plus, I'll teach you how to find your own double confirmations on any stocks. Hey, David, how are you? But
All right,
I'm
Roger.
not nearly stopping there. I'm also going to get the cash flow double dip masterclass. Now, who doesn't want the double dip masterclass? Everybody wants the double dip
Is
masterclass,
it double
right?
dipped in milk chocolate or is it dark chocolate? What is it double dipped in?
Only dark chocolate. I'm
Only
allergic to
dark.
milk.
Okay.
Only dark chocolate. Meaning you'll be the very first person to attend as I teach you how to get paid twice on a single trade, which is pretty nice. The class is at least $497 on its own, but it's yours free today. What if the market crashes? It doesn't matter. You have a hedge, and the hedge is usually so your risk is usually double your profit, not 5 to 10 times your profit. Half or our goal is to take 50 to 60%. So worst comes to worst. Let's say there's a market crash, you lose 50 to 60%. You see what I'm saying? So it's not going to be like, oh, we took in a quarter, but your risk is $25. You know, you don't want that. You want to take in a quarter, and let's say your risk is 50 cents. Okay, you took in a quarter, you keep that quarter, and your risk 50 cents, so you lose a quarter. Okay, I can get that. It's a 1-for-1, 80% win rate. That makes sense. Do you let these trades expire? Usually I don't, Bill. I usually close them out. What is your free income stock watch list? Okay, Palantir, V, and Walmart. I'm going to write these down because I want to go over them with you real quick.
I'm going to put them in the chat.
Thank you. So don't you go anywhere. I want to give you some value here, okay? And now, what's our first trade? Join today and find out. Remember, you get the weekly cash flow email alerts. You'll get the SMS alerts. You'll get the Telegram channel. You'll get the free cash flow accelerator blueprint. You'll get the double up bonus to the downside. You'll get the webinar discount. You get the double dip class. You get my VIP room access, which is still free. I still can't believe it's free, but it's still free. Pat, the profit is taken. The max profit is taken at the moment you. Okay, max profit is taken at the moment you initiate the trade, Pat. Max loss level is determined at the moment you take the trade. So you will know what your maximum profit is. You will know what your maximum risk is at the moment you place the trade. Okay? Just so you guys understand that. Yes, waste management. Yes, I like garbage stocks right now. I'm also looking at, Matt, what's your favorite garbage stock? RSG. I'm also looking at RSG. Walmart, we just liquidated Walmart. If I waited one more day on Walmart, we would have taken a profit instead of a 7-cent loss. But it wasn't a huge loss. It was a 7-cent loss. So look at the ratio. The profit potential was 42 cents per contract, and we lost 7 cents. So your credit was 42 cents, your debit was 49 cents. Not $5, 49 cents. You lost 7 cents. Mea culpa, big deal. You know, no one died. And that's it. So claim your $1,085 discount. Join the revolution right now. And I think this is a great way to start, and you'll be able to get a lot of value this over the weekend. Now, let me do this. I want to show you some of this stuff. Let me just take my TC2000. So, David, do me a favor. While I'm showing this, can you just repost the CTA in the chats so they have it, because they can't see the screen while I'm showing this. Folks, you won't be able to see the sales page just for a few minutes, okay? That is because I am showing you this demonstration. So here's Palantir. Palantir obviously is above our moving averages, and Palantir actually looks like it could be a good opportunity for a iron condor. So now this is not preset. This is live. I'm showing everything to you live. It's Friday afternoon. It's 1:42. Let me. Our chat box is open. No, the indicators I don't, but I teach you what they are. They're free. You don't have to buy them. They won't cost you anything. Okay. So let's just look at the put side real quick. The first thing we want to look at, we want to make sure the spreads are tight, and I can assure you, Palantir has really good spreads. Okay, really good spreads here. Yeah, see, 7 cents. What Scuba Chris just said, he took a 7.32 cent loss per trade. It happens. I mean, it happens, you know. Folks, if anybody just tells you they always make money and they never lose, run the other way as fast as you can. Run. It's like swimming and not getting wet. You're not going to get very far doing that. All right, so let's say we're going to go 14 days out, and let's say that we're going to look at the puts, and let's say we think we're not going to go below 118. So let's just take a quick look, okay? So the 118 puts are let's go a little higher. Let's say 120 right here. Yeah, it's even a little higher. Let's say 120, okay? So 120, $2.16. Okay, fair enough. Let's go out $2. Okay, $2. Okay? So we're going to take in 70 cents here roughly. So you're selling the 120 and you're buying the 118. You're selling the 120, you're buying the 118. Your risk here is $2 and you're taking in about roughly 70 cents. We're not done yet though. I want to show you the second part of the trade. Watch this. At the same time, we're going to go to the call side and we're going to go a little bit out of the money and we're going to go to right here to about 130. So we're going to sell the 130. Excuse me, right here. 2 weeks out, we're going to sell the 130 for 350, and we're going to cover it with the 132 at 290. Okay, and we're going to take 60 cents. So we took in. Watch and learn. This is where things get real fun, guys. Okay, this is where things get real fun. We're taking in $1.50, 70 cents, right? And 80 cents, right? Something like that, about $1.50. So we take in, if Palantir stays right here, we're gonna make $1.50 per contract. Okay. Now let's say Palantir goes to 150, or let's say Palantir goes to 90. Let's say it crashes, or it just goes parabolic. How much can we lose? $2. Wait a minute. You're saying we took in $1.50 and the most we can lose is $2? Yeah. That seems reasonable. That seems reasonable, right? Would you take this trade? 80% win rate. David, would you take this trade? 80% win rate, right? Your odds of winning are 80%. If you win, you make $1.50. If you lose $2 plus the $1.50, but your odds of winning are 80%.
Of course.
It's a pretty good trade, right?
Yeah. Because that credit even takes away from how much you're losing. The loss is a small percentage. The gain is a significant percentage. It balances out. You don't have, for every loss, you don't have to win 10 trades to make it back.
No. Look, the next trade, if let's say I lose that 50 cents, okay, fine. The next trade I make, if I take $1.50, I make a third. I make it back in a third of a trade.
Yeah.
Now I just gave you guys a real trade. Okay. So look. Let me show you again. 2 weeks out, 14 days out. Look, you buy the 130. You sell the 130. You sell the 130 call. This will be replayed, guys. This will be replayed, I promise you. You buy the 132 call. So your risk is between 130 and 132. And you take here about, say, 60 cents, okay? You go to the put side, and you go right here. You sell the 121, say, or 120, and you buy the 118. You got about 80 cents there. You're 50 cents, 80 cents, about $1.20, $1.30. Not $1.50, about $1.20, $1.30. Again, I'm just, I'm eyeballing this stuff. I'm not, but you're not taking in 30 cents and risking $2. You're taking in $1.50 or $1.20 and risking $2. But your win rate is about 75 to 80%. See, because the odds are Palantir will stay here. Let's do another one. Let me just, if anybody's interested to joining, you can go to rogerscott.com/flow or call 904-706-3539. Now, let me do another example, okay? That's just one trade. And your margin, by the way, your margin is just one side. not $4. Your margin is not $2 here and $2 here because Palantir cannot be in two places at once 14 days at expiration. No, I target certain premium and I use technicals. I don't look at delta at all. That's called an iron condor, yes. So let me show you another one. Okay, let's do it on, what was the next one? What was our ticker symbol? It was Palantir. What was the second? Visa. Now, I'm bullish Visa right now. So I'd want to do a bear call spread on Visa right now. And I have Visa long in one of our services right now. This is an actual trade. But in this case, let's twist it and do the opposite side of it, okay? So let's go 14 days out. Visa, we know Visa has good spreads, right? Visa. Don't leave home without it. We'll go right here, 358. Let's do the 360 versus, let's do it right here. 360 versus 355. We're selling the 360, we're buying the 355. What's the difference between these two? It's about, let's see here. It's about what, $1? It's about $2. It's like $1.80, $1.70 here. $4. It's about $1.50, almost $2. It's a little too much. Too much here. It's too much of a spread. Let's go right here. Let's go 21 days out. Here we go. $2.50 spreads. We think this is going to go higher. Let's go right here. 358. How about this? 357.50 versus 355. That's $2.50. And we can get a little over $1 here. That's like 40%. I could live with that. I could do that. And you're 21 days out. And if I want to be a little creative, since I think price will not go above 368, let's see what I could do. I can go right here. I can go to right here. I can go to 36 right here. Call 367, 370, right? Right there, 370. And I could take in another $1. Hey, look at that. I just took in $2 and my risk is $2.50. I just gave you another trade. That's a real trade I just gave you. That's a good trade right there. That's a good trade right there. Let me give you one more. How about that? Last one, since I'm in a good mood. What was our last one, David?
Waste management.
Waste management, right. Okay, waste management's breaking out. We definitely do not want to hedge our upside here. So we would only do the bull put side. So we'd go 21 days out. Let's go to our puts. Good spreads, reasonable spreads. Let's see. We would go 21 days out. We could do that. I'd want to go right here to the 8-day about 235. 235. Okay, so there are only 10 points here. So we would have to be really careful here. So we would probably sell to 240. No, it's not good. We would want to do something. This wouldn't work. This one wouldn't work, and I'll tell you why it wouldn't work. Because we don't have the flexibility with the options. We don't have a 2-week option. We only have a 3-week option, and these options have a 10-point spread. And the most we could take here is $3, and I don't want to have a $7 risk for a $3 premium. This wouldn't work. But Visa would work very, very well. Now, folks, anybody watching this right now on Zoom, we have about 392 people watching this right now. Here's a link to the YouTube feed, and if you want, you can watch this. You can watch this on replay. Now, let me get rid of this screen. And honestly, I hope everybody takes advantage of this program and joins this, because this is really, really exciting. And this is something that I've been doing for many, many years, and I'm going to continue doing this program for a very, very, very long time. Wow, we got a lot of people here. We had almost 62 people, and we got still have 388 people here. Yeah. It's very exciting. So please repeat the V trade. They really want me to do it. Works on every asset, Jeffrey. You just need to find the right combination. You guys want me to do it? If you guys want me to do the Visa trade again, post it in the chat and I'll do it. It's all one ticket. It's just an iron condor. All right. The people have spoken. How about this? I'll do this so you can see the screen. You can see the sales page while I do this, because it doesn't bother me. Okay. So somebody just felt like a bird just knocked into my door or something. All right. Visa. Here's Visa. I really like Visa right now. I'm very bullish on Visa right now. So I would be looking at about 14 days out. Here, this way you guys can. It doesn't interfere with the sales page. David, would you mind just reposting one? Oh, you already reposted. Sorry, I'm looking at this. I'm not looking at
Yeah,
the.
yeah. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Okay, so we're looking at June 13th expiration. Okay, and we're looking at Visa. We're only looking at the daily chart, and we think Visa is going to continue moving higher and get stuck right here. Okay, so we think Visa has several points left, but like not forever. Okay, so we're going to go June 13, or you can go June 20th. Let's just go June 20th, just to show you an easy example. We would go about 355, 375 right here, 355, 375 right here. Right. We went 21 days out because these were only 5 points. So we went June 20th expiration. We would do the 355, 350, 357.50, 355. It would cost us about 60, 65. I mean, the prices are going to fluctuate. You're going to have to work these orders. But let's say we take 60 cents here. You can even do, if you really wanted to, you could do 362.50, 360 and take $1 right here. And then I would go right here to the call side. I would go 21 days out. I would go 370 calls, like somewhere right here, 372.50, 370s right here. You could do these for about $1, or you can go right here, 370, 360. I would go 372.50, 370s right here. And I would try to get about $1. So you'd get about $1.70, $1.80. Your risk is 250. You're making more than half. And you have all the way from here to here. Visa can trade anywhere from here all the way to here over the next 3 weeks. Now, here's the cool part. Over the next 3 or 4 days, this option is going to decay about 40% of its value. If it does, I'm going to take it off and just place another one and just keep taking decay. Okay? Now, I'm not going to give you Visa because we have Visa in another program right now. We're actually call long Visa in another program. Oh, it depends. 5 days, 6 days, usually. Love to put them on Friday so they can decay over the weekend because the markets are closed. So I'm going to look for a trade. I'm not going to obviously give you Visa because we have Visa in another program and I've already gave you a free Visa. But I'm going to take off. I've been talking now for 2 hours straight. I'm going to take off. I'm going to go and chill out a little bit, maybe find some trades. Want to wish everybody a great weekend. Take advantage of this program. Ken, thank you so much for posting that. It's very, very kind of you. Ken is a post-PhD from MIT, David. He's a really nice guy. He's been with me for over 8 years, and he bakes bread when he comes here to hang out with us.
Every Ken I ever met was smarter than me.
Ken is very smart.
They should have named all my kids Ken.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, it's still not too late.
Hey. All right, Roger. I'll stick around for a few minutes.
All right.
Grab some info if anybody needs me to. Go a little bit
guys.
more into the sale pricing and all that. Have a great rest of your weekend.
And are you host? I can leave.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, thanks, guys. Bye, David.
All right,
Thank you so much for hosting me.
Yeah, man. All right, folks. So I'm gonna put the slide back on the screen so you can see the information that Roger had on there. Let me do that right now. Let me share that. Just so you can still see on the screen the contact information and all that. But let me go over something with you real quick. First of all, my name's Dave. I've been working with Roger for a long time and host these webinars occasionally. The deal for the $912 to get lifetime of weekly cash flow doesn't end soon. It ends tonight. So just to clarify, Roger said soon earlier, which is true. It literally ends tonight at midnight. So tomorrow, that $912 will only get you 1 year, and it'll be more than double to get lifetime. So if you want to take advantage of this program, and keep in mind there is a money back guarantee, a 14-day money back guarantee. So, worst case scenario, you can get out of it, even if you make money with it. If it's just not for you, during those 2 weeks. But you're going to get several trades out of this program. It's got a tremendous win rate. It's got a tremendous return. So really a great program. And obviously Roger just knows everything. He's amazing. So if you want to take advantage of this, either go to rogerscott.com/flow or call the number on your screen to speak to somebody. If you already have weekly cash flow and you want to just upgrade to the lifetime, call the phone number and they'll be able to give you the deal on the upgrade. Um, because if you go online, you have to buy the VIP for the full price as if you don't own it. If you own it already, they'll give you a break on the upgrade. So call the phone number if you own it already. Now, if you own a bunch of Rogers products already, we do have something called Diamond Club, which gets you absolutely everything that Roger does now and in the future. So it's literally future proof. So, for example, when weekly cash flow started, the first day weekly cash flow was available to the public. Anybody who was a Diamond member of Rogers already, they just got it added to their members portal for free, and everything that Roger comes out with, will be free. So, if this is your first time seeing Roger, I'm not suggesting you do that. It's going to be obviously more than $912. But if you're already, a member of multiple Rogers programs and you're looking to add this one, maybe it's time to say, instead of adding them all individually, even though this is a discounted price, your biggest discount is going to be getting the Diamond Club, which is everything at a fraction of the cost of each of them put together. And of course, we have several people in the room already saying Diamond's the best value, and we appreciate that. It's certainly worth every penny. I wouldn't push that on somebody who's brand new, but somebody who's already knows that Rogers is the real deal and they already own a couple of his products. Maybe that's the better way to go. You can't do it online. Pardon me. You got to do it over the phone. Call the phone number. Tell them that you're interested in getting this, but you already own several products. You'd like to know how much it would be to join the Diamond Club. And it's different for everybody depending upon what you already own. So I can't give you a price. But anyway, uh, obviously, Roger's the real deal. He knows what he's talking about. This program is a great, fairly low cost way. There aren't too many programs available from Roger or from anybody even close to Roger's experience and service level for under $1,000. So this is really kind of a low cost barrier of entry to get into trading with Roger. And the amount of education that's available in the members area is tremendous. Our customer support is tremendous. You can get support by email. You can call in, speak to somebody, speaks English from America, and can communicate with you and help you. They can even remotely log onto your machine and help you with your specific broker's account and stuff like that. So that's available. And then, as Roger mentioned, there's that customer service live, 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. They are doing a Zoom call just like this one. You can log in whenever you want, log out whenever you want. You don't have to register, you don't have to pay for it. It's included with the membership and weekly cash flow. And you can see demonstrations of how to use the members area, how to use the different programs, how to deal with the trade alerts, how to do stuff in your brokerage account, how to read charts, all kinds of stuff. And you can ask them questions and get answers to your questions demonstrated for you as well. So that's a tremendous resource that is worth a lot of money on its own and is included with all of Rogers' programs. So that's what we call CS Live, Customer Service Live. So when you join, you'll get an email that gives you access to the members area. Inside the members area is just about everything except the alerts that haven't come out yet. So there are the history of alerts, the trade tracker, there's all the educational material. There's how to get support, like I just mentioned, how to email support, call support, log into customer service live, all kinds of stuff in there in the members area. And then, of course, you'll get those alerts from Roger as they come out, each week. So the VIP membership, VIP is kind of our term for lifetime membership. It just means that if you buy this today for $912, you're going to get this program forever. You never have to pay for it again. And the other thing about our lifetime programs, our VIP programs, is that they're transferable, which means if you ever decide to stop trading and you want to give this membership to somebody else, it's transferable to somebody else. Or, if you trade right until your last day on the planet and you want to leave it to somebody in your will, you can do that as well. The VIP memberships are transferable, the 1 year, 2 year, whatever, those are not. So a couple of advantages to the VIP. You don't have to pay for it again. Obviously, it's the best deal. If you break down however long you're going to be trading, you break down the price of that VIP over all those years, you're paying a fraction of the cost, that you are per year by just buying a year at a time, but then it is also transferable, and somebody else can then take advantage of the program even after you stop trading. And so it kind of has almost, it brings the cost of it down to almost nothing for, if you break it down over all the years that somebody, whether it's you or your beneficiary, could be using it. Uh, so for the video replay, you just need to go to Roger's YouTube channel. If you don't have that, let me get that. Someone just asked for it. I'm grabbing it right now. Do, do, do. I'll post that in here. That's Roger's YouTube channel. So if you are watching this on YouTube, then obviously you already have it. You know how to get there. If you're watching this on Zoom, that's Roger's YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see this. It won't be the second we close this webinar because it takes a little time for the recording to render and be available online, but you'll be able to watch it online, a little bit later. Keep in mind, and again, not a pressure tactic, just don't want you to lose out on this flash sale. If you don't watch the replay till tomorrow and then decide to purchase, you're going to be paying 912, but you're only going to be getting a year, not VIP lifetime. So, uh, yeah, Ken says he signed up for it his first day. He hasn't been sorry, so appreciate that. Any other questions that maybe we missed that have been kind of flying by as people are making comments and things like that we didn't answer that hopefully I am capable of answering for you without Roger here. I think that we covered most of it, so I want to just give you a chance to post any last minute questions. If you had a question that I missed, please repost the question because I'm not going to be able to scroll back through like 1,000 messages and find it. Just repost the question and I will do my best to answer it. Now, if you want to see the replay, you can go to the link that I just posted and see it on YouTube. If you're looking to speak to one of our sales reps and having trouble getting through on the phone, because we had hundreds of people here that, and many of them are dialing in at the same time. If you'd like us to call you back, you can give me your name and phone number in the chat, and I will give it to our team. And as soon as the inbound calls die down, they'll be able to make outbound calls and they will get a hold of you. And if you do that, then even if they don't get a hold of you till tomorrow, they'll still honor the price because we know you were here. We have your name and phone number. You came in through the webinar, and they'll honor it till tomorrow if you leave your name and number. If you just kind of disappear and show up tomorrow, then you're going to be paying the higher price. Let's see. Does this have the downside program as well? Yes. So when Roger has included that in all of the memberships, so whether you buy it online or buy it over the phone, if you do it today, you're getting lifetime membership, and it includes bullish and bearish trades, upside and downside trades. Manny, got your info. We'll pass it on to the team. Just signed up. Do the alerts come through a private cash flow telegram or his main telegram? That is a good question. Let me look for the answer. I think it's, I'm not even going to guess. Let me see. Well, you know what? The people who are here and already in probably can answer it faster than me. I'm going to try logging into the members area and take a quick look, but I don't know off the top of my head. Shannon says it's the main telegram, so I appreciate that assist there. Manny, we will. Oh, you say you believe you're already a VIP member. Okay, so I will have them. I'll have them check and give you a call, Manny. Do do do. Let me get that to the team. All right. So Robert, it's 912, which is a little better than 921, probably just a typo. But 912 is for lifetime if you buy it before midnight Eastern time tonight. It is, or maybe that was the 31st. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe I've been saying it wrong all along. Hold on a second. Do do do. I believe it is. Let me do this. I'm going to double check right now. Yeah, May 31st. May 31st. Sorry. 31 days in May. So it expires tomorrow at midnight, not tonight. and it probably says like a day and change on the order form, not 10 hours, probably says a day and 10 hours. Yeah, so it is tomorrow night, May 31st, that it expires. Sorry about that. May 31st it expires. So as long as you buy it between now and tomorrow midnight, it's $912 and you get it for life. Yes. After tomorrow night at midnight, the 912 will just get you a year and the lifetime's over $2,000. So Ken's saying that he has a private telegram and the notices show up there. So a little bit of conflicting information. Let me go to the members area real quick. And if there's a dedicated, uh, so Roger Scott's telegram, yeah, it looks like the regular telegram link in here. It doesn't say it's specifically the WCF telegram link, but I'm not 100% sure. But the link is in the members area. So you can just click on that link in the members area and you'll be in the right Telegram channel. So if I sign up before the 1 day expires, I'll get lifetime access. Yes. So the price is good through midnight tomorrow night. So technically they're good till Sunday 0000, if you want to look at it that way, but it's really through Saturday night. What level to trade? I assume you mean like what level of options clearance, Bob? Most brokerages, it's level 2 because these are option spreads. Most of them are level 2, which means that if you're just buying regular calls one at a time, buying regular puts one at a time, you may not currently have the permissions in your account to do it. We actually have a guide on getting level 2 permissions in your account. Let me pull that up. Let me grab that for you. We have a guide for getting level 2 permissions in your account. It's kind of a little dependent on which broker you use as to whether, like what number, whether they call it level 1, level 2, level 3. It's usually 2 or 3. So I wouldn't necessarily ask, call them and say, I want level 2. You're going to call them and say you want to be able to do option spreads. But let me give you the link to this PDF that we have that explains it in better detail than I am. Give me one sec. Let me grab that link. There we go. Guide to level 2 options. Put that there. Let me put that in YouTube as well. For Stephen, who said, do you have any videos in your library section that'll teach me more about puts and calls and how they work? Absolutely. There's an entire intro and beginners course. Well, it's not just beginners, it's all the way from beginners to expert. There's an entire options course available to you. Roger does a tremendous job on teaching people who don't know anything about options, about how to use them, what they are, and stuff like that. Uh, does the indicator come with? So no, there's no indicator here. These are just alerts. This is nothing you have to install on your platform. That way you don't have to be in a particular platform. These are alerts. Roger's going to find these trades. He's going to send you the instructions on the trades, and you just flip over to your brokerage account and put them in your brokerage account. So there's no like real installation on this particular product. We have other products where customer service can help you install things. This one doesn't really require installation. Let's see. Doc says, do we wait for them to expire or close out prior to expiration? Almost always, Roger's going to tell you when to close them out prior to expiration. Quite rare that he'll just let them run out because he's not going to want to risk you getting assigned on anything, and other reasons too. Like if it's going against you in the wrong way, you want to cut your losses. So he will let you know when to get out of them. Let's see. The 2 lines. Yeah, so the 2 lines, is that what you were talking about with the indicator? So, all right. So no matter which broker you have, like which charting software they're using, pretty much all of them let you put certain lines on your chart to indicate like moving averages and stuff like that. So they're built into all those trading platforms. That wasn't something proprietary that Roger built. And he goes over that in the training. Um, it's very common. It's very common. So there are different trend lines and things like that that you have the option of showing or not showing on your screen at any given time. So he'll teach you about that in the training, and like you don't have to pay for them or anything like that. I'm trying to think of something similar. It's like asking if you have to pay extra to make something bold in your word processor. No, you just have to know how to highlight it and click bold, and then you can see it bold. This is just a trend line or a moving average or whatever that you just need to know where to turn it on, and you turn it on and you can see it. It's not something you have to buy or add on to it. Let's see. What percentage of the trades are done on Fridays? I don't have that statistic, and I doubt Roger has that statistic either. Um, Although we do get, more time decay over the weekend on certain things, and I would venture to say Friday may not be the most popular day for the trades to come out, but I really don't know. I mean, I can look in the trade tracker. I don't think it's going to give me day of the week though. It's just going to give me dates. Yeah, it's just going to give me dates. So I don't know. We'd have to do an analysis of all the dates of all the trades. I don't know how many of them come out on Fridays. Um, I think though that for the most part, I mean, you guys that are in here, um, you might have some feedback on that, but I don't think there's a particular rhyme or reason to when they come out. But if I had to say, I'd say probably more earlier in the week than later in the week, but it's just a guess. All right. Any other questions? Anybody else who wants a call from our team that didn't give me their phone number yet? All right. Let's see. Double check YouTube. We're good there as well. All right, folks. Well, we've been going at this a little bit over an hour, and I think we covered all the questions. We covered everything that comes included with the membership. And like I said, it expires tomorrow at midnight, so you have a limited time to take advantage of the special pricing, and then it's going to go up for the VIP. It'll stay the same, but you only get a year for the 912 after tomorrow night. So that's it, folks. Thanks for spending your time with us here on a Friday. Good luck in your trading. Hope to see you in the members area and in any of the live sessions we have with Roger. And for those that were in the VIP trade room and hung with us all the way now for over 2 hours, thanks for your endurance. We appreciate you very much. And we'll talk to you soon. Yes, the replay will be online on YouTube in the link that I posted earlier. I can post it one more time if that's helpful. Let me grab it real quick. This is the replay link. It won't be immediately after um, we close this out. It takes a little bit of time for it to become available, but it will be up on there. All right, folks. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend.